Hello, everyone. It's Yogi here. Happy Sunday. And I hope you're ready for a spot of stitching. I am. I definitely am. It's been a very, very busy day for me. So I'm finally able to sit down and put my feet up and or down and uh, and do a spot of stitching with you. I cannot wait. So today, as the title suggests, it is spontaneous bunny SAL because I'm looking at this bunny, and really looking forward to stitching this little rabbit here. But I thought maybe you would like to join me. Maybe you've got a piece of project pattern that's got a bunny somewhere there, and you can join me with a bit of bunny stitching. I mean, yes, I started this piece because of the snowstorm in America, but now it's the spring and the summer is just around the corner, and now it's spring bunny season. Okay, so I've got my bunny, needle minders as well. So it's all themed, it's all organized, and you're welcome to join me. And while you're stitching, we're gonna have a good time, right? So this piece is I got the pattern from this website, Dreamstitch. And the pattern, if you have looked up this pattern on the website, for some reason, this pattern was only like £1, okay, British pound. And I don't know why, but it's a lovely, well-charted pattern right here. And it's based on an artwork from an artist called Susan Weller, I believe. And she specializes in bunny illustration, and it's just all really whimsical, really, really sweet. And so I'm really enjoying stitching this piece. It's so warm and fuzzy. And if you haven't seen this pattern and this mock-up, let me show you to it. Okay, so I saw this pattern from the website, and just fell in love with it. And it's a little bunny. Look at that little face, and just the anticipation, and to buy some lovely delicious treats, and from this bunny lady as well, and smiling warmly. I mean, this whole piece is just whimsical, and I think it's got a sort of Christmas sort of a tone to it, and the decoration, I think, maybe Christmassy, but whichever way, I think it's perfect for all season. It just brings a lot of warmth in my heart. And so let me show you my progress here, okay, with this piece. So I started this piece, when was it? It was this year, right? I think it was maybe January, February, something like that, when American, sort of our American stitchers are going through really extreme snowstorms. And so this is where I am, okay? I had to do a bunny start. I had no choice. And this is why I'm stitching this piece, cakes and bunnies. And so I had a bunny start from the center there, and it's going really, really well, I think. And the more I stitch it, and the more I think this is a really well-made chart. And in terms of the stitch count, not the stitch count, but the dimension, this is not as big as my regular sizes, heaven and earth sort of scale. This is 220 by around 4, it's just under 300, something like that. It's a portrait size. So this is the totality of it, and it's quite manageable. And let me show you the number of colors as well. So in terms of percentage, currently, I'm just slightly over 6%. I'm very happy with that. But look down for the number of colors, 50, really modest, but no, not any less beautiful. And so I'm going to start a sprint right here in front of you. And this is going to capture every single stitch I'm going to be making today. And by the end of every stream, I share a number with you, okay? Every day is different. I'm excited to find out how many stitches I'm going to manage. Just look at that, it's so gorgeous. And yes, so I want to say hello to all of you. Happy Sunday, everybody. And thank you for joining me today. And let's have a look in a chat and see who I've got here with me today. It's our lovely Rajal here. Rajal says, happy stitching Sunday, happy stitching every day to Rajal. And Dragon Lady as well, hello. Dragon Lady says, hello Yogi and all who gather here, greeting and salutation to all indeed. And great to see you, Dragon Lady. And Linda is here as well. And Linda cannot be here physically, but she's with us in spirit. And yes, watch the replay, watch the replay. And Samantha is also here as well. Great to see you. And Clara as well, waving at the chat. And we also have, is it Daria? Daria says, hello, happy stitching Sunday, or Monday indeed, Australian, or maybe Japanese, New Zealand as well. This is probably Sunday already, Monday already. And who else have we got? Catherine Raya, wonderful. And oh my goodness, Susan. Oh, Susan is enjoying her birthday today. No way. Susan says, hi everyone, it's my birthday today. I'm 64. I do not believe you, Susan. You know, just gauging the mental age of Susan, I would say she's about 16 and a half. You know, and happy birthday, Susan. Oh, I'll probably have to sing for Susan, don't I? I know I have just fired my vocal coach, but, you know, my voice is quite warmed up, so I'll sing a happy birthday to you. And guys, let's sing together for Susan, okay? Right now, let's do it, okay? Follow me. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Sincere apologies. Happy birthday for our lovely Susan. Happy birthday to you. Bring on the emoji buffet for our Susan. I know this is quite early, isn't it? But never too early for birthday cakes and buffet as well. And give Susan some generous, delicious goodies. And let's go. What a start. Wonderful. And Susan, happy birthday to you. Yeah, Susan is having a great birthday up to this point until Yogi started singing. I'm so sorry. I had to. And we have Catherine. Yes, Catherine is here. And Grace as well. Grace Housen is here. Hello. And Amanda. And Amanda is having some sort of Easter today. Wonderful. Happy Easter to you then, Amanda. And Susan Barnes as well, double Susan today. Hello. And yes, how wonderful. And let's have a look. Who else's birthday? Hang on. Is it Susan Barnes? Let me read it carefully. I thought I read something. Did I misread it? Yes. And Janine is here as well. Hello. And Suzanne, great to see you. Yes, Susan Barnes is having a birthday, not today, but last Friday. Oh, last Friday we didn't have a stream, did we? So now, happy birthday to Susan Barnes as well. I'm not going to sing again, but for Susan Barnes, happy birthday to you, 57. No way. And wonderful. Susan, are you wearing the Dolly t-shirt? I think it would be a great occasion to put on the Dolly t-shirt, our merchandise. Wonderful. Oh, what a great start of today's stream. And we also have, let me say hello to you. Stargazer and Chivers is also here in the chat. Wonderful. And yes, wonderful. Janine is here on time today. And Ellen as well. Yes, happy birthday to everybody. And who else have we got? Mary Henry as well. Hello. And Thomas. Tommy? Is Tommy Creates. Oh my goodness, we have a new friend as well. And this is going to be such a, a great stream today. And Tommy Creates says, my first time catching you live. Wonderful. First of many, I hope. Welcome. Welcome. And Alison Rennie is also here. Laura is here with beautiful, wonderful spread for Susan, and both Susans, double Susans. And we also have Kelly, 99, and Janine is bringing on wonderful, wonderful emoji buffet here. Yes. And it's a Sunday as well. It's just wonderful. And let's have a look. Yes, everybody. And Lynn has joined us as well. And South Stitching is reporting from Work Club. Oh, South Stitching, we salute to you. We keep you company as well. Well, what a beautiful start. So, time for a spot of stitching. And so, this piece. I'm working on 25 count pre-gridded fabric, which is a piece of, spare fabric I've got. So I gave it a little wash. So you probably notice the gridding is slightly fadey, but, still visible. And I'm stitching with CXC actually, and it's working really well, 1/1. And the coverage is very, very good, very, very good. So with this piece, I have pretty much finished the head portion of the bunny, and there's a little bit of ear, the second ear going on there. But today I want to focus on this blue suit there. It's so, so cute. And the scarf as well. So I actually moved my fabric slightly upwards, so it gives me access to the bottom part of the suit here. And if you're wondering what it looks like, let me just give you a little look here. Let me bring on the markup here. Isn't that adorable? And sort of slightly puffy little bunny legs there, and with a little tail sticking out as well. So so I'm going to be working on the blue suit primarily, and also some probably the surrounding area as well, and that really adorable stripy scarf as well. So this is my plan today, and let me know what your plans are and what you're working on today. If you're working on bunnies today, 10 points extra for you, okay? And joining me for a little bit of bunny stitching. So let me move my hoop over here. Isn't it wonderful today? It's a Sunday. It's also somebody's, one of Stitcher's Easter and 2 birthdays, and we have new friends as well. Wonderful. And Cami as well. Cami says hi again to you. Welcome back. And Mandy Moran is also here joining us, and Crafty Tabby Cat as well. Hello, wonderful. And Susan, our birthday girl, says, Yogi, did you see Gemma has finished? Oh, has she? Oh my goodness, it's not even May. So she's finished the peacock. And Susan says her new start will have a tutorial on the revised color flow. Really? Oh, I cannot wait. I wonder, what she's going to do with the message. I'm looking forward to it. Yes, the last time I kind of, watched her update, I think was last month, and she said she was looking forward to May finish, and we're still in April, so she was way ahead of this, of her own deadline. So really well done. I'll definitely go have a watch and, you know, send her a congratulations. She's so single-minded. It's fantastic. Let's have a look. And let's see if I can do a little bit of work on this little bunny as well. So, oh, it's zoomed way in. So, I'm going to pick probably one of the blue colors. So this chart has got 50 colors, so it's not super confetti, even though there are some, you know, slightly more challenging areas. But generally, so far, it's been relatively, you know, easygoing. So the first color of my choice is A23. So I've got my CXC needle board on my right here, A23. So if I sound a little bit, you know, relaxed, that's because I had a really early morning. I got up really early morning and really early this morning and been working pretty straight till just before the stream today. So I'm you know, super relaxed when I'm a little bit tired. So it's probably a good thing, A23. And if I doze away during the stream, just wake me up. A23, A23. It's a blue. Oh, very dark blue, very nice. So there you go. So Susan is working on Long Dog and the House of Fun, and it's got bunnies in the chart. Wonderful. Oh, well done, Susan. 10 points for you. 10 points for you. And so today's spontaneous bunny SAL, if you have a piece that's got little rabbit, little bunnies in them, and bring it on. Stitch with me. So I am going to draw a few lines here, just to make the definition a little bit clearer. And then I'll probably do 5x5 gridding as well. It's been very helpful. Whoops. That's not right. Spooky bingo. Really? A23. Oh, that's a surprise. That's a surprise. And Chiviz has got our the first spooky bingo. Yes, please flash the spooky bingo card for Chiviz. Well done. Yes, we like to start with a little bit of a spooky bingo here. And normally 310. 310 is no surprise, but this one is a little bit of a surprise. It's a dark navy blue, A23. Oh, here we go. It's all kicking off today. And Busy Mom is here as well. Hello. And Busy Mom says just got home from grocery shopping. Yes, Busy Mom is not working today. Wonderful. Yes, more coffee. I know I do have a freshly brewed coffee here. I'm feeling nice and relaxed. Let me turn on my 5x5 gridding for this one to help me out. Yes, spooky bingo to Chiviz. And Lefty Gemini has joined us. Hello, hello. And oh, Tommy Creates says, I'm charting a rabbit piece. Oh, wonderful. That counts. That counts. 10 points to you. And Stargazer says, I'm working on this piece as well. I'm stitching the cake counter. Oh, did you start from, where did you start? From, so if you're stitching the cake counter, did you start from the middle left? Wonderful. So Stargazer is stitching the same piece as me. Wonderful. We're probably going to have spooky bingo everywhere. Chiviz says 823 and 939 are the background for Dino skulls I'm working on. Oh, wow. Is it like a dinosaur thingy? I just love this outfit. It's just so cute. So Janine's driving home. Oh, so Janine's probably working today, right? And safe driving, okay? No driving and text at the same time, all right? Oh, this is feeling really good. I love stitching with CXC, particularly single strand as well. Let me see. 1, 2. Probably keep going to the right. Hello, Needle. Great to see you. Suzanne is working on this one as well. 10 points to you. And, of course, Stargazer as well. Solid 10 points. Needle says, silly question, what's spooky bingo? Yes, spooky bingo is when the stitchers stitching the same color as me during the stream. So if I pick a color, I'll call out the thread number. For instance, now I'm stitching 823, and if one of you, any of you, are stitching the same color, and you can call out, it's bingo, spooky bingo. Hi, Rachel. Okay. You know, this morning, as I said, I got up really, really early, and I've got this, you know, it's a terrible habit actually. I would browse my phone and watch a few shorts, you know, before getting out of bed. It's kind of a, you know, just allow myself to be sort of awake for a little bit before getting out of bed. And I was just randomly browsing, and this, I saw a short just came on, and it was it was totally random. It was just kind of recommendation. I saw this shorts about trench coat and the origin of trench coat, and you know why they're designed the way they do. And it turned out it was Burberry, you know, the fashion brand. Burberry, they designed the first trench coat, and it wasn't designed for fashion. It was designed for the military, for soldiers, and because I do have a trench coat that looks just like that, not from Burberry, but from a different brand, and I had no idea they were designed for soldiers, really. And so, you know, very often you see kind of a flap at the back, extra fabric. And that is to allow the rain, if they're outside, and for the rain to kind of drip off. So, you know, it doesn't soak into the coat itself, etc. And it was so clever. I had no idea. But it turned out because the coat was so well designed, it can be spotted by the enemies from miles away, by German soldiers. And so a lot of soldiers were killed because of that. They could tell they were enemies from miles away. And so that was just, you know, ironic, very ironic. But and gradually after war ended, and it just turned into part of the fashion. I had no idea. It was fascinating. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So sometimes you just watch random videos. You just learn a lot. Stargazer says, I started from the center and shifted left. Loads of A14 over there. Well, how did you resist stitching bunny? If I started from the center, I want to go straight to the bunny. Yes. I really want to stitch the cake display as well. It just it looks so delicious. Let me double check. 1, 2, and 1, 2. So I'm doing mini cross country. I'm not wandering too far. Suzanne says the name didn't give it away. No, it didn't. The coat were known as trench coat, and that's it. I never thought about it. And I did wonder about that piece of fabric, on the upper back there. I did wonder why they always have that large piece of fabric on top of the coat. And now I know. One, two, three. 1, 2, 1, 2. And Tommy says, I've not participated in a live chat before, so forgive my awkwardness. Well, that's, we're just chatting here. There's nothing special you have to do. And just be yourself. Busy Mom says, I'm working on an antique shop, Max Colors, by Amy Stewart today. Are you working on that piece as well? I know Busy Mom's got tons and tons of fabric, sort of patterns. But yes, I think a while ago, if I remember correctly, I think Ebony was working on that one. I'm not sure if she was working on a Max color. But yes, it's a very interesting piece, isn't it? Lots of goodies to stitch. Yes, Suzanne. Trench coat, trenches, trenches and then trenches. Yes, now it makes sense, but you know, just not something that I ever thought about. And also, to be honest, if you know, if you're going to engage in fighting, why don't you wear armors? Why, you know, a coat is not going to protect you. You should be wearing bulletproof suits and armors. That would be so much better. One, two, one, two, one, two, three. And Kelly says, I watched the video on the evolution of Burberry plaid fabric. Yes, they do have this signature pattern, don't they? I love to watch that one, actually. It's kind of it's kind of known as the Burberry pattern. It's kind of famous and infamous at the same time, because I don't know about where you are, wherever you are, but over here, they're sometimes being misused by, you know, people just buy a baseball cap or something, and with the Burberry print on it, and it just looks a little bit, you know, not very fashionable, if you know what I mean. Because some people like to flash the sort of brand logos and stuff like that. And in some way, it kind of cheapens the brand a little bit. Samantha says, between last night and this morning, I completed over 500 stitches on Love Letters chocolate shop. Well done, Samantha. 500. You're making really good progress on that piece. I've seen your whip. Hey, Karen Sutherland. Good morning. Stargazer says, Yogi, you were already stitching the bunny. So choose the cake display. See two different things show up at the same time. You know, that's such an interesting idea, because today I was thinking where I should go next. And of course, I decided to, you know, start working on the little sort of blue trousers. But at the same time, I was thinking from the trousers is going to allow me to link the stitches to the left. And it's not very far away. And, you know, I'll be stitching the display, you know, very soon, I think. If I move, you know, it really depends on how where I go with this piece, because I could, if I'm sensible, I could kind of, you know, ease away from the bunny gradually, or I can just go to wherever I want to stitch and just do that. So it's doable. It's doable. So this piece, even though there's some strong colors, but at the same time, quite a lot of air stitching, you know, so it's about kind of have a strategy in terms of where you go, so you don't get overwhelmed. Catherine says, I'm working on the bird in the Laszlo number 13 project. I think I've probably seen your post. Is it a hate pattern, I think? And Alison says, still working on autumn cat. 350 stitches left in the rotation, in this rotation to finish another chapter. Right. Very disciplined. I just stitch whatever I want. And Suzanne is working on this piece as well, and she's working on the top right. Right, so the decoration, that's quite brave actually. If you are working on this piece and start from the corners, you are very brave. Because it takes a little while to get to the bunny. Well, I suppose if you start from upper left, first of all, a lot of air stitching, but you do get to the bunny lady a little bit sooner. Andreas, hello. And she says, finally got to watch a live stream sitting and stitching my SAL. Great to see you. Ah, yes. This piece has got 50 colors, but some areas can be kind of confetti. For instance, you know, if you're stitching the bunny's head, there are a fair number of sort of color changes. So it does happen. It does happen. And hello, is it Amara Villas? Welcome. And Crafty Tubby Cat says, I'm off to bed. Usually I stay up all night stitching and sleep the day away. So I've been binge watching all your past live videos. I'll share on the group page of some of my projects. Absolutely, join our Facebook group and you know, share your webs and have a lovely, lovely rest and sweet dreams. Hi, Laura. Laura says, I'm working on night count Christmas scene. There's a bunny, but it's very far from where I started. Night count. That is fascinating. So night counts, you're probably working on 4 strands. How many strands at a time for the coverage? Night counts. But the thing is, if there's a bunny in a piece, it counts, you know? So 10 points to Laura. Being very generous today with points. Let me zoom in it just a tiny bit. Oh, right. So Stitch is so beautiful. I did wonder, Catherine, because I looked at that piece and I was a little bit surprised when you said it was Hade because Hade charts look slightly different. Yes, I can totally see that Stitch is so beautiful. And Heather is in the chat as well. Welcome. Heather says, greetings, Stitchy friends. No bunnies for me, but a fox on a traveling library is quite far away. Yes, I think if you're stitching foxes, I think it counts. If you're stitching furry animals, I think it counts. If you're stitching bunnies, even better. Hello, Gayla. Gayla says you're making great progress on this chart. Thank you so much. Great to see you, Gayla. What are you stitching today? Okay, so let me end this right here. That was a very nice warm-up. Let me take a sip of my coffee to stay awake. Because normally if I get up super early for work and stuff, and if I have to teach either in the afternoon or maybe in the evening as well, I tend to kind of have a kind of power nap in between, like, you know, even half an hour or 1 hour. Today I didn't get to do that, and I just went straight from, I got up I think around 6:30 and just stayed awake until now. Normally it wouldn't be a problem, but if I'm teaching all day, it does take up quite a lot of energy. So normally if I can, I take a power nap. But today I didn't get the chance to do that. So it's a miracle that I'm still awake. Laura says 4 strand, 4 cross, night count. Interesting. And Laura says it's nice after working on the flag, 28 count 2/2. I know that piece is tremendous. And I cannot believe how many light gray stitches you've already done and still stay pretty sane to me. That's a miracle. I don't know how you do it. I mean, you can barely see those stitches. You know, when I saw the picture, I was kind of wondering, are they stitches or are they some sort of shadow? Just random shadows on the fabric. And Rachel, enjoy the workout. Okay then, let me have a look. Where shall I go? I'm gonna do maybe one more blue colors around the trousers. Let me pick this one. 3041. It's not a blue, interesting. It's right here, but it's not blue. It's 3041. 3041. It's actually slightly pinky, kind of purpley color. Hello, Cassie. Welcome. Are you stitching bunnies today? Cami says I'm working on a woe map too. Oh dear. Is it quite big? The woe map has got to be big. And why is it 2? What happened to 1? One, 2, and that one's supposed to be purple as well, but never mind. Let me see if I can stitch over. Hello, Dragon Lady. Hope you enjoy your lunch. Gayla says, I was stitching a stamp kit. Now I'm taking a break and stretching my back. That's a very good idea. Definitely. Take breaks, you know, move around. 3041. 3041. Oh, there are a few more stitches. Let's do it. Let's do it. 1, 2. It's a little bunny hands. Susan says, "Are you going to fall asleep on us?" Yes, if I just go really quiet for about 5 minutes, I'm probably, you know, snoozing away. And Dragon Lady, if there's issues with the sound, you can refresh the stream, see if that helps. I think the sound should be okay, right? Everybody can hear me. Heather says 3041 is it's a mauve. Oh, this color. It's hard to describe what this color is. It's slightly purpley. And there's some blue as well, but it also looks pinkish. It's a strange color. Yes, it's got a little bit of purpley blue tone as well. But it's quite interesting because, you know, this area, majority of the colors are firmly in a blue kind of, you know, color group. So it's quite interesting to see something that's not really purple. Color blending is fascinating, isn't it? Hi, Chrissy. Chrissy says, "Hi, hello everyone. How is it going? I'm diamond painting today." Oh, are you normally a diamond painter, or is it a new adventure, new rabbit hole that you fell in? I thought about trying it when I first discovered it. I didn't even know, you know, such thing actually existed. And then I decided against it because I just didn't need to have more equipment and more rabbit holes to fall in. Let me grab my pen here. I think I'm gonna do 5x5 gridding here. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that's correct. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Should be okay. Cami says, it's, oh my God, that's huge. That's nearly 700,000 stitches in total. 700,000, and Cammy's is 200K into it. My goodness. Is it like an old map, as in sort of, is it real map or is it fictional maps? Because some stitches, they're doing kind of Middle Earth map there. Oh dear. Okay. Let's have a look. Oh, Kelly. So Kelly's got Kelly. Yes, Kelly says, what advice would you give someone who has lost their stitchy bug? My Zoom friend hasn't stitched in about a month. I wish I could help her out. Oh, so it's not you losing the bug. You have a Zoom friend, like stitchy friend, over Zoom. Yes, advice, chat. It can happen for whatever reasons. Maybe invite the friend to come and watch Yogi. I find sometimes, you know, if I'm not particularly inspired to stitch, or just feeling like I don't know what to do, you know, what project to work on. Normally, if I browse around and watch people stitching, I get excited. Heather says, I would say don't force yourself to stitch. Maybe dive into Stash and see what interests them, and stitch for half an hour or 50 stitches, then stop and do something else. Yes, I think a side quest would be nice to do, isn't it? Just do something else that you enjoy. Sometimes by doing other things, it kind of reminds you how much you enjoy stitching. And ultimately, if you don't feel like stitching, maybe you just don't for a little while until you do. Kind of wandering a little bit far with this one. 1, 2, 3, okay. And Chrissy says, regarding diamond painting, she says, I've been doing it for about 2 years. I have about 100 in my stash and about 6 whips. So you've got 100 patterns and have 6 ongoing. Wow. Okay. And Chrissy says my husband has recently cut me off purchasing for a while so I can finish my webs. Yes, darling, Chrissy, you've got 100 diamond painting. We're talking about just diamond painting, right? So how come you've got 100 patterns? How does that happen? And I would like to know how many webs have you got for cross stitching? Or maybe I should ask, how many patterns have you got? How many projects potentially you can have? Wow, 100. And diamond paintings, they normally come with quite large kind of canvas, don't they? So where do you even put 100 projects? Anywhere. Two. Okay, I'm going to end this color here. I want to grid this one as well. One, two, three, four, five. This pen does bleed a little bit, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lovely. And the next color I'm going to pick, I'm going to be good. I'm going to start picking those loose stitches that's kind of left behind, so I can start to fill up the area. So the next one is going to be 931. 931. This blue, I can see a lot of green in it as well. There's some yellow tone. Cami says it's a real world map. It's for my daughter and son-in-law. They work with maps for a living. Oh, wow. So they're probably going to take it and decorate it somewhere. That's amazing. It's going to take a while, though. Yes, Susan, exactly. Watch Yogi. Clara. I know. The keyboard has life of its own. Hello, Betty. Betty Hankins. Hello, hello. Busy Mom says, that's probably why I start so many projects, because I watch others and get excited. I know. I know. Busy Mom has a lot of projects. Lots of projects. And it's quite fun to watch someone stitching a pattern that you do as well. It doesn't have to be, but you know, if somebody is stitching something that you're working on as well. It's interesting to watch because, you know, everybody's approaching their projects differently, and you always learn something and gain new insight as well. Move over here a little bit. Tommy says, I find having a second craft very helpful in preventing burning myself out. Yes, absolutely. I think there are strategies you can probably implement day to day to prevent. It doesn't, well, it doesn't mean it won't happen, but it probably will happen less. If you allow yourself to switch to whatever project you want to do, and that's what I tend to do as well. And also, just like Tommy said, have side quests, you know, different things that you do. It doesn't even need to be crafting. You could be, you know, just do something else. That's very different. And when you come back, you're going to feel, you know, really fresh about everything. Hi, Michelle. Michelle Fuller is in the chat. Welcome. Great to see you. How are you today? And Kelly says, Yogi, they go under the bed. What does? I cannot remember what Kelly was mentioning. Let me go back. Remind me. Yes. I'm kind of following different branches of the conversation. I get lost. 1, 2, 3. Hello, Janine. Chrissy says, there were Diamond Art Club also. They're really big and come in boxes. I have 2 shelving units in my craft room just for diamond paintings. Oh, goodness. So if they come in boxes, we're talking about 200 boxes. That is, you probably need an entire room just, you know, just to keep those. And those are all the equipment you need for diamond painting as well. Sound Stitching says, did you see Gemma finish her hay today? Yes, Susan just mentioned it. I haven't seen it. I have to go watch it for sure. Because last time, I'm trying to recall her last finish. I think it was the Zelda piece as well. She finished that one. I remember it was over 2 years ago or something like that. She's so disciplined. And also her upload as well. You know, she uploads, I think, 2 videos a week. And I don't know her what her daily kind of stitching timetable is like. But she does release 2 videos a week regularly. Chrissy says, I have about 15 hate webs, not saying how many patterns. Well, 15 is quite modest considering you have 200 diamond painting projects. Well, not all of them are webs right now, but just the fact that you have, 200 boxes of the patterns is tremendous. Ella says this is enablers club. Well, I think this is somewhere that people come to discover that they're not alone. They're not alone stitching, and also they're not alone if they have a lot of projects. Because sometimes you feel like, am I the only person who's got 15 webs going on there? And it turned out that's everybody. So I think this is a place that you come to feel normal. Dragon Lady says, Yogi, you're the master enabler. Were you not, really not for you, I would not have Maggie or Mason Romantic. Really, thank you. Well, that's the whole thing, because, you wouldn't have chosen those projects if you didn't love them, right? So it's about discovering things you love. I mean, if you think I'm bad, you should watch Busy Mom. Busy Mom started 60 projects, over 60 projects last year alone. So there you go. And this year, she'll probably have to break the record, right? Lovely. Nice 3-1, nice 3-1. And Ellen says, I started a supersize Max Colors little cake shop this morning with ceiling. I know. Yes, I saw that post and that made me smile. So remember, it was a couple of streams ago. Was it yet? No, the last one. What did we do yesterday? I have to look at my archive. I've lost track. Was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday, wasn't it? Yes, it was yesterday. We talked about, Ellen starting the little cake shops without the ceiling, and the chat was voting for keeping the ceiling, and now Ellen is keeping it. I think that's a great idea. And I'm fascinated by the fact that you're stitching from, you kind of rotate the piece 45 degree. I would say is it clockwise, and stitching from the side. I don't know how you can do that. You would do my head in. And Susan says, I'm interested in what Gemma will stitch next. She sounded like it would be a forest. But she does have two other side pieces. She's got, I think the Zelda one with stained glass. And she's only stitching the background at this point. And also, I think is a Star Wars or Star Trek piece. as well. When is she going to work on those? Those ones, oh, hang on. These 3 stitches I've done. Right, I might move over here and do a little bit of, what color is it? Let's do a little bit of brown. A14. Oh, it's not brown, it's more like burgundy. Janine says I was the lead scanner at my old job, which meant I scanned image into Photoshop and had to match the scan color otherwise perfectly to the original. I think I have a very good color concept. Interesting. So what's the purpose of scanning things into Photoshop? So when you say adjusting the colors, does that mean you were doing sort of a photo touching? Oh, should I? No, that's too far to carry my thread. I'm going to end it. Ellen says, oh, is it Gemma you're referring to? Ellen says she's starting Deer Creek from Donna Gelsinger. Yes, that piece has been mentioned before. Is that what Gemma is going to do? Goodness. Has it got a lot of air stitching with that piece? Sounds like it. It could be. Laura says I started 3 stamp kits this week. 3. And Laura says I'm sticking to Ginny's rules. They don't count. Oh no, Laura. Oh, I do remember both of you actually bought quite a few kits. Dear, oh dear. See, it's not me. It's all you guys doing it to each other. And now Janine's rule is if it's stamp kits, it doesn't count as a whip. Okay, A14 going back. Oh, it's 100, not 200. I just doubled it, Chrissy. I thought you said 200. Are you sure, Chrissy? Hello, is this stain Ango? I think I did that. I think I butchered it last time. And once again, you know, there you go. And welcome back. She says, hi, finally started my first project. Oh, wow. Which one? Please share. All right, then. Let me move over to the left and do a little, you know, a little bit of brown colors for a change. Divide and conquer. All right. 758. 758. And where are we here? There. It's a very light color. Hang on. 1, 2. Okay. And Andrea says, I have about 165 webs in progress and over 300 waiting in the wings. Oh dear. How many wings? Wow. So 165, they were ongoing, meaning that you actively stitch all of them. How do you do that? If you go through them one a day, it would take 6 months. Okay, I've got to be mindful with this color. Busy Mom says, right now I have started 15 full coverage and 5 non-full coverage. Is that just for this year? So we're in April, and Busy Mom has 15 plus 5 non-full coverage, and they count as well. They count as web, okay? We're not just talking about full coverage. So that's 20 already. And guys, we are in the middle of April. So you do the math. How many projects, you know, a Busy Mom is going to end up by the end of the year? Hey, Mr. Smith says, hello, Yogi, finally catching live. Is it the first time, Mr. Smith? Let me have a little highlight here. We'd like to welcome our friends, if I can find it. Where is it? Where is that message? Yes, welcome anyway. Mr. Smith says, hello, Yogi, finally catching a live. I've been watching you for 2 weeks now and have really enjoyed all your videos. Well done. Not Mr. Mrs. Sorry, I misread that. How rude of me, seriously. And welcome, welcome. Thank you for saying hello. And join in, join in. Dragon Lady, which one did you get? From the same artist? Is it the Max, the Tabby Cat? Which one did you get then? I lost my spot here. 1, 2, 3. If that's the one you've got, that's the one I'm going to start at some point as well. A little bit of air stitching here. Green, okay. Janine says we scan things into Photoshop for retouching and then printing large format. Right, so Janine, you're a little bit of a digital artist then, because retouching requires a lot of skills. Ah, okay. So Heather's trying to explain to Stan. Can I just call you Stain? It's easier. About my thread cards. So let me just show you, okay? Let me show you what it looks like, what Heather means. So there are different ways, because I'm not really following the some of the conversation there. I think you were talking about thread management. So this is my thread master set for CXC. And I've got a very similar one for DMC as well. Let me zoom out a little bit so you can see. Okay, so these are just thread cards that I printed out myself and laminated them as well, and put a piece of felt on the top part of the thread card so I can sometimes dock either needles or threads. Some of them I have needles on, and bind everything together and just flip the cards around like a book, and it's got a full set of CXC. So this is one of the ways that you can organize it. And if you want a template, I do have the template for you to download if you have a printer yourself. But there are many other different ways that you can do it. I think some stitchers, they do bobbins or some sort of thread cards, but place them on a kind of folder box. I don't know how to call it. So there are different ways you can do it. Where am I exactly? Hang on. I'm here. So this is, okay. I get it. I get it. One, two, okay. 3. It doesn't match up. Why does it do that? So this one is over here. 1, 2. Oh, I see. Oh dear. I probably need to, what do I need? Okay, a tiny bit, a spot of reverse stitching going on here. I think I could have fudged it, but I am going to do some reverse stitching here. Hang on a second. Oh dear. So these 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that looks correct. Oh no, it's not. Dear, oh dear. I'm gonna fudge. Because the color is so light. I can just stitch over it. Um, 1, 2, 3. Supposed to be here. Amanda says I work on multiple projects per day, usually 3 or 4. Oh, I see. That's amazing. What's up? What's up now? I've got alarm, fire alarm is being raised. So let me zoom in a little bit and see what's happening. So these are very light stitches, okay? And oh, there's a little hair here. Let me pick it up. Let's have a look. There. And I think I miscounted this stitch here. But it turned out there are a few more stitches down here anyway, so I think we're good. I think we're probably okay. Andrea says, I try to stitch at least 100 stitches on 3 projects a day. I have a rotation schedule. Not all are full coverage. That is so disciplined. That's really disciplined. And Dragon Lady, did you mention which one you got? Because they're about 3 or 4 cat themed patterns by the same artist. I love that artist so much as well. Why does it look strange? How come it doesn't match? 1, 2, 3. It's looking weird. Okay. Should be here. Oh dear, it's a little bit of a mess, but it's okay. It's okay. I can fudge. It's fudgeable. Okay, though those 2 on my right here, they're not correct. It's okay. I'll figure it out. Okay. And I am going to end, I'm going to end this thread quickly. Okay. Susan says your app view is missing from the screen. Oh, earlier on, you mean like here? Okay, we're good now, right? You can see it. And Daria says, I only have 8 webs at the moment. Ah, I think we need to add a few so we have 2 digits instead of 1. Oh, Amanda says, I'm literally cutting out Yogi's thread cuts right now. Wonderful. And Amanda, if you have a laminator, which is quite handy, you can make them super strong. But even with cardboards, you know, the last set I had, just the cardboards without lamination, they still lasted me for over 2 years before I had to, you know, get a new set. Okay, back to the blue stitches. I think we're safer with blue stitches. Why don't I do nice 931? I think I'll leave the lighter colors for sessions when I'm more awake. When I'm not very awake, it's much safer to do the darker stitches. I think today is probably one of those days I can't even talk. Chat, help. I think today, if I had stamp kits, okay, I think today would be a good day to do those because my concentration is kind of non-existent right now. And 1 and 2, there's one more here. Janine says you need to get a stamp kit. I want to as well. It's just that I haven't seen anything that I go, I have to do it. So you guys have to help me, point me to the right direction. Three stitches here. Nine. 931. 931. And okay. And let me pick some colors over here. There are tons of really strong blue colors. And 311, 311, 311, lovely. Hello, Maddie. How are you today? Maddie's working on Clash of the Titans today. Yes, Maddie's very disciplined as well. It's either the bear or this one, right? Chivis says, I'm going to start my first hay chart once my 22 count fabric comes in. It's called Galaxy Gazing. 22 counts, interesting. So this is going to be the first hay? Wow. Oh, these ones I have done already. Yes. Whoops. So Maddie is moving soon. That's very exciting. And Maddie says, I only have 4 I'm working on currently. Only 4. The Bear Tapestry of 12. Oh, that one. I don't remember seeing it. Clash of the Titans and Fierce Beautiful. Yes, of course, that one as well. Only 4. Maddie says, what count of your stitching? This is 25 count. 25 counts. Oh, wow. Chiva says first hate and first on anything other than 14. So you're moving from 14 to 22. Interesting. Have you done any tests on 22 count fabric? Do you know if you like it or you're going to do it just as a leap of faith? I think 22 should be manageable because 22 Yes, it's kind of not that different from 25, but it's a little bit more, it's got a little bit more sort of Ada kind of felt to it. Oh, I like it, Chivers. So, Chivers says, I like to just dive in and figure it out. Yes, I'm a little bit like that as well. I'm a little bit like that as well. And sometimes, even when I do sort of test stitches, it's not always reflecting, you know, what the real stitching is going to be like. But I like it. I like it. Just, you know, a little bit of leap of faith, and I'm sure you're going to enjoy it. And do you know what stitching method you're going to be doing? One more. Stargazer says, I enjoy 22 counts. So what is, if you prefer 22 counts than 25, what would you say is the fundamental kind of difference between those two? Because, you know, in terms of stitch sizes, they're not that different fundamentally. And for me to move up from 14 counts to 25, I had to do some practice as well, the few practice runs. I had to work my way up from working on, I think it was from 20 counts, and then slowly move up to 22. And by the time I was quite comfortable with 22, I knew I was probably okay for 25. All right, let me pick the next color. Let me take a sip of my coffee. So good. Right, my next color is 158. 158. Lovely. And Chiviz says, I'm not sure the name of the names of the method, but I like to usually do color max to min. Oh, interesting. So you go from, and so what app do you use? What tools do you use to track the stitch numbers? And, you know, what size area are you working in? So you're going from max colors to minimum. That's very interesting. So you prefer, or shall I say, you don't mind going back to the entire piece and find those little stitches here and there and do those. Because that for me and a lot of stitchers, is pretty challenging. Oh, this bit just doesn't want to go down. Why is that? Let me have a look. And Chiviz says the chart calls for 25, but I wanted the final project a bit bigger than a given size. Yes, I think for Heaven and Earth, all the charts are by default 25 counts, but it doesn't mean you have to do it in 25 counts. You can do it any count. One, two. Interesting. So Chivers is using Pattern Keeper and do it page by page. But as far as I know, Pattern Keeper does not track. You can't really sort colors by stitch count, page by page, can you? You can do it with the entire piece, but I'm not aware they're able to calculate stitch numbers within like a page. So how do you do it? How do you know which order you should be doing? Hi, Brittany. Brittany says, Yogi, could you explain a typewriter method? Would that be row by row or block by block? I also got 500 plus stitches in my Viking piece today. Well done. Typewriter method is not, well, it's not really a stitching method. So if you think about block by block, you complete color completion or however you do it within a block. Okay, so that's actually kind of actual stitching method. But typewriter is essentially a color selection method. So you normally, well, not normally, if you, according to Stitching Mummy's method, she's the OG, you basically go from, let's say if you start from upper left corner, that's your starting point. And you can pick an area. You don't have to apply that to an entire piece. You start from the top row and then just pick the color based on the symbol one by one, from left to right, row 1, and then come down for row 2, and just pick any stitches that's unstitched in the highest position on the upper left. And so it's a color selection method. Once you pick the color, the rest is up to you. You can do cross country, you can do color completion, or whatever you do. So it's you know, it's kind of a method for you to select the colors in order. So the advantage, I presume, is it gives you kind of a neater finish from top to bottom. Because a lot of times, you know, if you look at my situation, even though it's kind of 99% completed, you know, this top jacket, but there are a couple of stitches, you know, like there or over here, they're still unstitched because I kind of pick my colors quite liberally. You know, I just pick the colors I like. So I ended up with little stitches here and there. So with typewriter, these things will be taken care of as you stitch, because you basically, it forces you to go and select these stitches as you come across them, if that makes sense. So it's like a typewriter. You go from sort of row by row, but not so much. You stitch row by row. You just pick the colors following the order, row by row, and from left to right, if that makes sense. And also, I have quite a few videos that I use this method. The most recent new start with the stitches so beautiful, and during our retreat week, which is only last week, if you just go back and watch day one for the stitches so beautiful pattern, you probably get a gist of how it works. So it's quite a simple thing, quite a simple method, but it's quite a nice way to take away the need for deciding which color to go next, because you know, you don't have to make decisions, you're just following the chart. And Civiz says I do it by eye. Click on the symbol to highlight it and just look at the overall page. I may not be as accurate. Okay, so you basically roughly estimate if a color's got most stitches, and just work that way. I suppose, yes, that sounds quite nice. But what's the advantage of starting from, you know, higher number of stitches? Is it just preferences? Oh dear. Over here. Stargazer says 22 counts feels a lot like Ada. It's still easy for the eyes, and if you want to go smaller stitches, you're working on 22 helps your eyes slowly get adjusted to small stitches. I totally agree with you, because this is even weave, right? And as it says on the tin, it's evenly woven. So it's, you know, if you're not used to reading fabric like this, it's going to be very confusing in terms of where the crosses should be going. And 22, the center part where the stitches should be going, is still proportionally larger than the corners. So yes, that's how I got to 25 count as well, by working my way up to 22. And by the time I was comfortable with 22, I knew I was probably okay and ready for 25. So one, two, three. Oh dear. One, two, three. 3. And you're quite right, Chivers. You don't have to follow any rules. Or maybe, you know, you can follow a method in principle, but tweak things for it to work for you. So that makes a lot of sense. Okay, that's looking good. And the next color is 792. 792. So I like the idea that stitchers can kind of bend rules and make, you know, any method kind of work for themselves. But at the same time, there's a part in me that want to kind of follow a method to the T, because it's almost like an experiment, isn't it? When you try out a new method, you kind of want to know why the person came up with a method, want to do it a certain way. It's a little bit like Gemma's method. I know that I could just, you know, tweak it to make it work for me. But at the same time, I kind of want to know, you know, how the method is intended to be. So there's a level of kind of curiosity. Ah, I like it. Yeah, Chivi says, I think I'm going to going max to minimum tricks my brain to believe I'm making more progress. But you are, though, because if you start with a color that's got tons of stitches, you are making progress faster, because I enjoy minimum to max, and I enjoy the fact that you kind of do the hardest part to start with. And also, I think the advantage of starting with the least number of stitches is that, you know, because you probably need to carry your thread a little bit faster, because those stitches tend to be scattered around. So let's say if you have 5 stitches, they could be anywhere within the area, like a page or whatever. And so if you need to take the threads slightly further, you kind of want to make sure that they get stitched down later on. So that's why I go from minimum to max. But yes, you're quite right in, you know, in the very beginning, when you're doing those little ninja stitches everywhere, it can be quite tough. It can be quite tough. So by doing it the other way around, there is a sense of advancing forward a lot more, I think. Janine says, I got a new new frame to try out. I'm gonna start working on European Town. The frame clamps into a table. Which one did you get then? Not one of those metal ones. And European Town is it a new start? It's huge, isn't it, that piece? But of course, it's a stamp kit, so it probably doesn't, you know, it doesn't count as a whip. Oh, Kelly's having a thunderstorm. Is it raining as well? And hello, Vaduhi. Ah, so Janine is getting one of those painting fairy stand. So the metal frames that you've got already, are they from Painting Fairy as well? Right, so European Town, you started already. It's a stamp kit, right? The one you've got. It's raining man. Yes. Sing it. Is it chocolate time? Oh, yes, indeed. Let's have a look. Let me just do 2 more stitches here. I'll go for a chocolate. I can do with a little bit of chocolate. I'm losing my brain power as we speak. Well, this is why power naps are so powerful and important. You can tell the difference when I have it and when I don't. Okay, then let me park it down here and I will resume after some chocolate. Whoops. Here we go. Look at this. That's so cute. It kind of looks like the bunnies holding a bunch of flowers here. But it's a little bunny hand. Chocolate time, yes. Let's just top up a little bit of a few calories. Because we're stitching like fiends. Here we go. Today I am returning to my giant chocolate buttons. I think I need some help from the giant buttons. Oh, so Ginny, the frames are from Fairy painting fairies, and now you're getting this the stand for the frames. Wow. Cheers, everyone. Yum. Oh, it's really hitting the spot. Let me know what you're snacking on. Very happy with the buttons. Let me have my coffee as well. Much better, much better. I kind of ate my supper quite early as well, so I think my blood sugar was kind of depleting. There you go, second button. Much, much better. I'll probably move over and do a little bit of scarf as well. This scarf is so cute. Oh, Susan is having chocolate fudge cake. Happy birthday to me indeed. That's a very nice. And, you know, in the spirit of fudging, a fudge cake is perfect. Yes, happy birthday to you and enjoy the fudge cake. So what is the fudge cake like? It's like, has it got sponge? Because fudge is kind of slightly mousse-like, isn't it? Thicker, probably. So is it like layered? I need to know. And happy birthday to you, Susan. I'm going to eat this button for you. Yes, today we have Susan, our birthday girl, and Susan Bun as well, from last Friday. Double Susan, double birthday. Great chocolate. Yum, yum, yum. Oh, I'm feeling so much better. Susan says yes, chocolate cake with fudge layer and topping as well. Oh. That sounds very luxurious. And are you having a hot chocolate as well? It'll be triple chocolate. The fudge, the sponge, and the hot chocolate. And Kelly says, and my birthday was last Thursday. Oh wow. Yes. Happy birthday to you as well, Kelly. And there are a lot of April babies here today. Yes, April, we seem to have a lot of birthdays. And I can't remember, it was a week ago, we had a triple birthday as well. Yes, April is popular, isn't it? What's happening with April? If you count back 9 months, which month is that? I'm just trying to think. Maybe they're sort of popular months for honeymoon or something. So a lot of babies are conceived during those months. If you count 9 months backwards from April, are we talking about June? Is it June? I don't know. I can't count. Ellen says my youngest son is 8 years old within 10 minutes. What? Oh, you mean tomorrow? So the birthday for the boy is tomorrow. Wonderful. And because Ellen's time zone is 1 hour ahead of me, so over here it's 11, and 10 minutes to 11, and for Ellen it's 10 minutes to midnight. Yes, we can wait for 10 minutes and we'll wish we'll wish your son happy birthday. Oh, do you think it's July, Chivis? You know, it does sound a little bit suspicious, isn't it? We have a lot of April April birthdays. I think July is a popular month for weddings, is it not? June, July. So it's July. Yes, the summer weddings are probably quite popular. Right, so it's about summertime, July, August. Okay. Probably going to keep going with this. I don't want to wander too far, but so Stain says there's a lot of summer holidays as well. Yes, that's possible too. Yes, Vaduhi Gemma finished her project today. Yes. I mean, Gemma should be so happy. There's so many stitchers actually mentioned it today. Clearly, it's a thing. It's a big event for her followers. It's been mentioned multiple times today. Hey, Dolly. Hello, babe. Dolly just suddenly appeared behind me. Let's see if we can have a little bit of Dolly time. Let's see how it goes today. Hello, babe. How are you doing? Oh, come over here, babe. Dolly, come over here. Let's have a hug. Come on, babe. Oh, sweetie. Where are you going? We're doing so well yesterday. Let's have a look. Babe? Oh, now she's just walking away from me. This is just not acceptable. Yes, Dolly. We're renewing the contract, okay? We need to work together. We need to make this work. Oh, dear. There you go. That's Dolly for you. We had about probably half a second of purring going on there, and that's it. Clara says, can we imagine what it's going to be like when Yogi has a finish? No, we can't. It's not happening anytime soon, Clara. Yes, it's going to be breaking news, right? When that happens. So breaking news, breaking news. Kelly says people wear fewer clothes in the summertime. Might be the problem. Do you think that's what it is? If that's the case, then in Australia, there should be the opposite because, when the rest of the world is enjoying the summer, Australia is having the winter. So in theory, according to your theory, there should be no babies being produced. Hello, Dolly, you're back. You're just teasing me now. What are you doing, babe? Stargazer says lots of bikinis. And I'm showing in June. That's optimistic. Yes. I think in the summer, yes, holidays maybe have something to do with it, but also maybe more weddings. I don't know which month is a popular month for wedding. I would imagine, spring, summertime is probably most popular with weddings. And people are just generally happier, I think, when the weather is nice and warm and sunny. But also, during COVID, apparently quite a lot of COVID babies being born, meaning that because people were pretty much grounded at home and not much to do. So a lot of babies being produced during that time as well. And Rachel says, I have read online that the most common birthdays are between September 9th and 20th. Interesting, September. The most common birthdays, like worldwide. Chivis says, I think June is the wedding month. Yes, because that's kind of still, June is still spring, right? Or is it summer? Spring Bride, I can imagine, is quite popular as well. Let me pick this color here. 311, 311. But at the same time, during, really popular months for weddings, things are more expensive, isn't it? Because more people booking venues and stuff. Ellen says our wedding was 6th of February, wintertime. Yes. I think when it comes to wedding, actual dates, there's probably quite a lot to consider. Some people might want to choose something that, months, sort of period of time that's not too busy, because the more popular, it's a little bit like holidays. The popular seasons, everything's more expensive. So June is kind of summer already. Yes. Janine says we have a lot of wedding groups in May and June at a resort. Yes, I think when things start, when the weather starts to get warmer, and that's probably the popular time. And also, when you have a wedding, people have to be, they have to be able to, make it there for your wedding. So maybe summertime, people have more time for holiday, for time off. I don't know. I think, for instance, Christmas wedding would be very challenging, wouldn't it? Because everybody's got something else to do. They have to be with a family and stuff like that. Nobody has time to go to a wedding. Hey, Sarah, hello. It is Sunday, isn't it, Sarah? So Sarah normally is spending time with her husband on Sundays. And how nice of Sarah to say hello on a Sunday. Oh, the husband is asleep. Yes, now time to frolic. Time to play, Sarah. Yes. Just feed him some food, So he's in the food coma and fall asleep, and now you can play. Great plan, Sarah. And Sarah, I don't know whether you know that today's Susan's birthday. Double Susan. Susan and Susan Barnes. Well, not today. Susan Barnes is last Friday, but we celebrated it today. And Susan's kind of kept it quite quiet. And that's why we're talking about weddings, because we're kind of thinking that there are a lot of birthdays in April and counting back 9 months and trying to figure out maybe, it's a popular month to make babies. Okay. Let me go have a look. I think Dolly's behind me. Let's see if we can sneak in and have a little bit of a Dolly action. Hello, babe. What's up? No, she's running away. She doesn't. She's getting a little bit of a microphone shy. Oh, she's hard work. I think she wants something. I think she wants food. So let me go and just give her some food. And I'll be right back. Right back. Right. It's not food she wanted. She wanted to go out to the front window, from the bay window. That's why she was behaving really suspicious. Now she's happy. She's out. Oh, Ellen, happy birthday to your boy. And yes, it's past midnight now. Congratulations. Happy birthday. I don't know whether he can hear us, but and see you later, Sarah. Enjoy your dinner. Oh, is Suzanne doing live as well? Stitch with me. Suzanne? Yes, happy birthday. 8 years old. He's probably in bed already. And Ellen says he's asleep, but I'll tell him when he wakes up and he will be thrilled. Yes, you can show him the replay. And does he stitch? Because everybody in your household actually cross stitch. And Suzanne here in the chat, she's putting out a lot of tutorials, particularly if you're interested in using Saga. And if you're wondering about how to convert files, etc., Suzanne is here to help. So check out her channel. So Ellen, so what age is a good age for somebody to learn cross stitch? So 8 is probably still too young because you're handling a needle, isn't it? So you've got to be careful. Yes, Suzanne, there's a lot to pick up, isn't there? Um, the editing and the live stream setup, etc. Quite a lot, yes, to work out. It will take some time, so be patient. And Grace says, the saga tutorials that Suzanne put out were very helpful. Yes, because we're really lacking sort of proper tutorials for those apps. Ellen says, I was 9 years old, but my children were 11 and they got how to do it. Yes. And Amanda says, I started embroidery at 3. Really? And cross stitch at 4? Really? So they won't worry about you holding a needle. For embroidery, sometimes you use really sharp needles as well. Interesting. 3. Wow. And Amanda says, I started my kids around the same age. Children are excellent with fine detail work. Yes. But at the same time, they're probably less patient. And also, they have to use a needle. I keep thinking about them kind of stabbing themselves. I think I think I was at least maybe 11, 12 before my mom allowed me to handle knitting needles as well. I think that was the age I learned how to do it. And Maria is here as well. Maria Tempest. Great to see you. One, two. One, two, three. Suzanne says, my great aunt taught me to embroidery really young. I was around 4, really? But 4-year-olds, I'm trying to remember. I don't think I even remember anything around that age. Rachel says, I started around 11. I think I probably did as well. 11, 12, something like that. And Jackie James says, I got into cross stitch by helping with an after school club for my daughter. She was around 8 years old and for after school club. How interesting. So you learned it when you were grown up, obviously, if you had a daughter already. Wow. Ellen says they're plastic needles. Really? Right. Ellen says it's the way of making the eggs. They forgot fast. So they weren't in the same direction or over multiple holes. Yes, I bet. Because of stitching, exactly. If I started at 4, I was probably doing because of stitching, for sure. Because 4-year-olds, they probably need to learn to control how they hold objects as well. Or maybe they've already sort of established that. That's very young. Yes, I can imagine threading the needles. It's very intricate movements. A lot of focus as well is required. So I'm surprised that, 4-year-olds can actually learn to do this. Oh, that's Lily. Maria says your bunny looks good, Yogi, and looks cute too. Yes, I know, it's adorable, isn't it? Let me zoom out a little bit in case, because at the moment I'm working on the suit, the bunny suit. But look at this, adorable. That is so cute. I love this little stripy suit. And Natalie, hello. Natalie says hello from Canada. Welcome. Amanda says historically many embroidered samplers were done by children in a 4 to 6 year range. I supervised, of course, and only when they wanted to. Historically, when you say historically, you mean historically or historically in your life, like with your children? That's amazing. Child labor. Just get them to finish off your full coverage whips. Maybe the whole family can do it together, Ellen. Maybe you can have a piece that each person in the family, they start from a different corner. So you have, the 4 corners, depending on how many people in the family, and maybe a center start as well. And the whole family can, it's teamwork, isn't it? Where am I? Why am I here? Oh, right. Okay, let's have a look. This stitch over here. Lynn, hello, Lynn. Lynn says we did cross stitch as school needle. Wow. I think cross stitching is probably a lot easier than embroidery. Embroidery is, you know, it kind of involves a lot more. Natalie says, I just started cross stitch last year. Amazing. Yes. And what made you start cross stitching, I wonder? It's quite interesting because I kind of learned it as a, you know, in a young age. But if you learned it, if you start cross stitching as a grown up, it'd be interesting to know why. What, you know, what made you want to do that? I think a lot of grown up kind of learn how to knit as well. Jackie James says, I saw the kids doing cross stitch and I wanted to do it. I was in my 30s when I started doing cross stitching. Yes, it's good fun, isn't it? And it's quite simple as well. That I think that's the beauty of cross stitching. You know, if you can do a cross and if you can count, which I can't, if you can count to 10, then you should be able to cross stitch. Amanda says people expect too little of children nowadays. These days, they can do so much. I really want to. Yes. Oh, so Ginny, you like the frames? So when you say 4 strands, what do you mean? So does that mean you're stitching 4 strands? What fabric count is it? We just do 2 more. Lovely. Suzanne says I was really interested in sewing. My nana had a pile of fabric and supplies that I could use, and I often made doll clothes. She liked to sleep in, so I would do these things while she slept. Yes, that's a fun childhood memory, definitely. Oh, historical samplers. From the past. Okay, Amanda. Yes. But then again, back in 17th centuries, or so a few centuries ago, kids were, because the lifespan was shorter. I think people just grew up faster, or maybe consider more grown up. I think at that time, people also probably gave birth quite young, quite a young age as well. So everything's kind of, so maybe at that time, 4 to 8, they were considered, they're more like teenagers nowadays. I don't know. Laura says, my mother-in-law taught me when I was around 22. Really? From mother-in-law? That's very nice. It's a way of bonding with your in-laws. Oh, Lily, I don't know what to do for you. You've got food. You're comfortable. Here we go. 158. 158. I think Lily just very vocal. You just want to talk. 158. And Natalie says, I was bored with diamond painting, so just bought one on, is it Tamu? In April of last year. Oh, so you bought a kit, did you? I suppose that could be how people learn to stitch as well. Because my mom didn't cross stitch. My mom knitted, and also she did crochet as well. So I learned cross stitching. I think probably very similar to Natalie, even though I was a lot younger. I just bought a dimensions kit. I came across, I can't remember for sure, maybe, I'm not sure if the first one was definitely dimensions, but pretty much, in terms of learning how to cross stitch, I learned from dimensions. For some reason, my mom just I don't think she even mentioned cross stitching ever. She was mostly a knitter, and she sewed as well. She was very handy. And she was a great cook as well. And Chivers says, nobody in my family is arty or crafty. So I taught myself everything I know how to do. Yes, but you can pass over to, your kids if you have kids, or your nieces, nephews. Oh, so Janine, so European town is 16 count. So is that why it's so massive? So you're stitching 4 strands. 2 over 1, 4. So when they say 4 strands, do you mean like 4 strands on top of each other? So it's two over 1. Sound Stitching says I learned when I was 10 and then picked it up seriously when I went through a round of cancer at 22. Oh dear. And got serious about it again in December of 2005 to help with anxiety. Yes, I think crafting or, stitching can be very relaxing for the mind because for that moment in time, you have to focus on what you're doing. And also you're creating, something beautiful as well. That's very therapeutic, isn't it? And I hope the health and everything's all good now. Oh, so Suzanne and Mom, like you were teaching each other different things to do. That's a great bonding experience, isn't it? My mom taught me how to knit, and I taught her how to use an iPhone. So that's our bonding experience. Lynn says, Yogi, my partner, had my Decca record player. What is that? What's a Decca? Oh, is it a brand? So record player, as in vinyl player. And we played 45 singles. He played my record. He plays to me his Brown Eyed Girl. Are we talking about actual playing records, or is this some sort of innuendos? Oh dear. And we had great fun and wonderful memories. How music has changed, indeed. Well, the music hasn't really changed. Well, I suppose the style of music, evolved, but the medium that holds the music has changed. The devices we use to play music has changed, but that's going to change all the time. Probably will never stop. The next evolution is probably microchipped, music player. So you don't need a device. You just need to think about it, and it starts playing. Grace says Lily needs a hug. I do hug Lily actually because now I'm kind of giving Lily food, and as he comes in, I try not to let him get past the kitchen because Dolly's very nervous, and it's not really fair for Dolly. But I do let Lily come into the kitchen to wait for food, and I do give him a little hug from time to time. And he's such a sweet cat. He loves the attention, but he's so bossy. He's one of those cats just cannot tolerate any other cat. He has to be the only one, the one, and it's very difficult. Because it's not just to Dolly. I constantly hear him kind of hissing at other cats as well, because they're you know, other cats in the neighborhood. Amanda says the average age of marriage during a Regency era in England was mid-20s. Really? That late? I would have thought, you know, maybe around 16 or something like that. And Amanda says he did not go below age 20 until the mid-20th centuries. So elite marry young for land and wealth, but not most. I thought it was a lot younger. Mid-20s sounds pretty old. Grace says, Yogi, have you looked at a cross-stitch company called Five Strands? They have beautiful stamp kits. No, I have not. 5 strands. Does that mean everything has to be stitched with 5 strands? How about 6? I'll definitely look them up. If there's some new companies, they have beautiful, good quality stamp kits. I'll be interested. I'm sure there's probably something, you know, that some design, some patterns somewhere that I like. I just have not found them yet. Jackie says I started cross stitching when I was 18, so I've been stitching for over 30 years. Wonderful. And it's wonderful to know that, you know, there's something that you discovered so young and you still love it. Because sometimes people go through, you know, phases of liking something and then they don't anymore. One, two, three. Hi, Natty. Hello. How are you today? Natty says I've been wanting to record and cross stitch for almost a month now and have not had enough energy to do so. I'm still sick and in and out of the hospital. So, Natty, is that yourself that's unwell, or is that your little girl? Because I remember a while ago they were having some sort of health issues as well. I hope everything's getting better. It might take some time when it comes to recovery, but I hope everything's getting better every day. Rachel says, give entirely new meaning to the phrase, having song in your head. Indeed, you just need to think about it, and it plays. Janine says 5 strand or 5 stitch. Exactly. Maybe 2 different companies. Okay, 2. Ah, so the whole family nutty. Is it like a virus or something? You don't have to share, but I'm just concerned. Oh, so you have coughs. That takes a long time to recover when it comes to coughing. It's one of the most annoying symptoms one can have. Wow, fainting spells. That's weird. So have you got some sort of, so I presume you definitely went to the doctor. You don't have to share. You don't have to share any details. But I hope that sounds very unusual. Okay. So it's about 12 minutes to midnight. And considering I got up around 6:30 this morning, I'll probably stitch till about midnight today. So just keep going with this color until it runs out. Okay. So was it 5 strand or 5 stitches? 2 under here. Oh dear. So it's viruses and then triggers some sort of epilepsy. That doesn't sound good at all. But the thing is, that's what happens in the families, like my brother's families as well. If one person has some sort of cold virus, before you know it, it doesn't matter what you do, the whole family gets it. That's just the way it is. Oh, so it's 5 stitch, Ginny. We've got a few more stitches with this color, and this is going to be my last color today. And I actually find doing full crosses, 1 stitch at a time, a little bit more relaxing, even though I kind of learned cross stitching doing Danish method, 1 leg at a time. I think the great thing about doing one cross at a time individually is that I don't have to think about where I need to go back to. You know, sometimes, you know, you probably do that by choice. But when you do one at a time, you don't have to worry about, oh, have I done, you know, the second leg to all the stitches. You can just, you know, keep moving forward. I'm going to do 2 more stitches before my thread runs out. Okay, that's the last one. I'm going to end my thread here. Janine says I do a mixture of both block stitching. I do Danish. Yes, I can see that. For block stitching, if you have like a whole patch of the same color, you just do it like 310 or whatever. Danish is doable, but also it's to do with stitch count as well, I think, fabric count. With 25, I just don't feel the need for Danish. I think for 14, I'm more likely, you know, if I have a sort of entire row or a block that is the same color, I would do Danish. For 25, somehow I you know, I don't really have a desire to do that. Because Danish, for some people, they believe that the back and the front, the stitches just look neater. I have not noticed the difference. I mean, Gemma from Gemma Stitches, she applies Danish method whenever she can. I'm sure she does full crosses as well, but you know, mostly Danish. And her stitches, of course, beautiful, but to be honest, I don't think you can tell the difference one way or the other. And oh, another one, Mirren. We're just talking about Gemma. Mirren says, hello, did you see that Gemma finished her peacock? Everybody's talking about Gemma's stitches. Gemma's finish. It's a big news in the stitching world for sure. Yes, it has been brought up by several stitchers today, and I'll definitely go have a look because I knew she was going to finish it very soon, but I thought it was going to be May, and so she's way ahead of her timetable. Amazing. So let me just zoom out here. And I'll definitely have a look at the finish, and I'll report back on my thought about it. I'm sure it's just beautiful, you know. Laura says 3 years is a long time. I couldn't do it. What are we talking about? 3 years to finish? Okay, let's have a look. Isn't that gorgeous? If I may say so myself. I'm slightly biased, but I think it looks beautiful, and I love the fuzziness of the definition and the colors as well. It's slightly dreamy, isn't it? So this is what I've done today. So today, mostly I've been focusing on the trousers of this little stripy suit that is really, really cute. And I have not done the scarf just yet, so mostly focusing on the legs here. And which is just fine, because today, you know, my concentration is like 0. So it's nice to do kind of strong colors. Laura says, she said about 3 years to finish the peacock as a main piece. Oh, when she first started, is it? I don't think it's taken 3 years though. Maybe maybe over 2 years. I'm not sure, because I don't think it's that long. That would be pretty long to do a full sort of full size, considering this is her own pretty much focused project, the only project. But we can always look at the timeline there. Yes, I think 3 years fine, but not like the only project that required, you know, like a special person. Did it really take 3 years? I didn't think it was that long, because I remember, I still remember watching the her last finish, which was a Zoda sort of piece. Has it been 3 years? That's really scary. That's really scary. And yes, she's an athlete to be able to focus on one thing and just finish that. Unlike me, you know, I kind of, you know, switch projects every day. Otherwise, you know, I would not be sane otherwise. So here we go. So this is the whip of my choice today. And I'm going to share with you my stitch count, of course, the highlight of the stream. Okay, one of the many highlights. So this piece is an artwork based on what's her name? Susan Weller's one of her illustrations. It's called Decisions, and it's basically a little bunny in a cake shop trying to decide what you know, delicious cake to get them more. That would be my advice. So I just love the look and feel to it, and let me show you the markup. There you go. Isn't that adorable? And all the cakes are still waiting for me to stitch. And I love the bunny lady as well. She's just so warm and so kind. And so let me show you my app here. And let me just turn this crazy 5x5 off. So this is where I am, and this is not a massive piece, but you know, it still requires some concentration with some areas so far that can be quite confetti as well. So let me show you my progress here. Okay, so are you ready? I'm going to count down 2, 3, 2, and 1. There you go. Oh, not bad at all today. Look at that. Look at me. 302 stitches precisely. So very, very happy. Not bad at all. And percentage-wise, I've gone over just under 6.5, which I'm very, very happy. And 302 stitches. Yay! round of applause to Yogi, and not bad at all. 300. Okay. And so I hope you enjoy today's session, and for all the birthday girls and boys in the chat maybe hiding, and happy birthday to you and all of you, and to Susan as well, and I hope you're enjoying your session. So today, we've gone over midnight, just 1 minute, Susan, so it's not your birthday anymore. You have to wait for the next one. And I hope you enjoy your cake and everything, and great wishes from everyone from the chat as well. So now it's 2 minutes past midnight, and from a sleepy London town, Yogi signing out. And tomorrow, Monday, we don't have streams, okay? So catch up with the replay, and I'll see you on Tuesday for another piece, another spot of stitching. So until then, and take good care of yourself, and eat vegetables and chocolate. I'll see you on Tuesday. Night night, everyone. 99. Bye bye.